Brown, who's that? Brown, who's that? Brown, who's that? Who's that? Brown, who's that? Brown, who's that?
Brown Elvis, I can't help it. Brown Larry Bird, y'all the 97 Celtics. All brown, everything better than you ever seen. Never have you ever seen anything like it. Do you like it? Oh, I think you like it. Maybe you should buy it. You should probably buy it. I swear I sell like Westell, sell like Hessel, smell like smell. I swear I go like cars go, move like cargo. So bored, y'all sleep. Always move forward, never sleep like a shark, bro. Always with my people like y'all, bro. Y'all go.
Who's that? Brown, 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 who's that?
Well, who's that brown? Downtown like Julie. Mixed race British chicks let me in English school. Like who he? Teams? Well, yeah, he alright though. Ball like Michael. Life's vicious cycle. Chickadee choco, the chocolate chicken. Half chocolate taco, quarter Chippewa Indian. Black Tintin, Jewish Mel Gibson. Kool-Aid D juice man, stab it like Simpson.
Who's that?
What can Brown do for you? You, what has Brown done for me? Lately. Now what could Brown do for you? You, what has Brown done for me? Lately. Now what could Brown do for you? You, what has Brown done for me? Lately. Now what could Brown do for you? You, what has Brown done for me? Lately. Now some may I say call me Heems. The word is the herb and I'm deep like cream. The truth like Bruce, yes, Baker and Clapton. Cruising down the block, I'm riding shoddy in a Magnum. Internet celebrity like Dallas Penn and Rafi. Person of color, you can't see me. Copy, murder the beat, yes, instrumental Nazi. Poppy, smoke that shit that come from poppy seeds. This is Greed Head, ENTERTAINMENT MT3 MP3s to your PC or MAC. Yeah, that's a MacBook. What can Brown do for you? You, what has Brown done for me? Lately. What could Brown do for you? You, what has Brown done for me? Lately. Now what could Brown do for you? You, what has Brown done for me? Lately. Now what could Brown do for you? You, what has Brown done for me? Lately.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to The Hook, where we show you what's good and what's hot. Like that song you just heard from That's Racist called Who's That Brown? My name is Kasra Muhammad, and I will be your host, starting you off with what's happening this week, and then we'll go into our interviews. First, with DJ Sanjoy, talking about mixing those Eastern and Western sounds. Then, our panel on South Asian independent cinema, including special guest Danny Pudi from the show Community and the upcoming indie movie Tiger Hunter. Let's do it. In case you didn't know, Jay-Z not only is a legendary rapper, owns his own streaming service, and has a beautiful wife, but now he's also developing films. He just signed his film deal with the well-known film studio Weinstein Co. to produce his unscripted and scripted projects that are apparently already in development. It's not the first time he's dabbled in film. He's produced Annie and Top 5, and his feature film Streets is Watching in 1998. Jay-Z, always on top of that entertainment hustle. He's a businessman. For the first time ever, a Muslim hijabi woman's gonna be featured in Playboy. What? Unexpected, right? Well, Playboy's doing some rebranding. Earlier this year, they said they'll no longer include fully nude photos. and launched their feature on Renegades of 2016, which highlights people who are changing the world and risked it all to do what they love. Noor Tagouri is a 22-year-old on-air news reporter for Newsy and is an activist, storyteller, and super cool chick. Like most females that go against the grain, she is getting some criticism online. But I think she has more important things to worry about, like working on her fashion line, standing up for unrepresented voices, breaking stereotypes. So I think she'll be just fine. You can catch the October issue out in stands now. As South Asians, we're lucky to come from a line of people who know how to put down a beat. From Bhangra to banging Bollywood, our music has a distinct sound. People recognize that, and that's why there's been that trend of bringing that sound into American music, like when Missy Elliott and Timbaland did it with Get Your Freak On back in '01. But it is something special when a South Asian himself ushers in that fusion as he hits mainstream. We gotta talk to DJ Sanjoy about mixing those Eastern and Western sounds, and how a single slip away has people like Billboard and Rolling Stone turning heads, or ears. All right, y'all, what's up? We are here with the homie, Sanjoy. How you doing, Sanjoy?
What's up? So good to see you after so many days.
It's been so long, and we are here in San Jose, the hometown, at Hotel Valencia.
Yes.
Yes. You've been doing this music thing for a long time, and it's so cool to see like a pioneer for that EDM, Bollywood, American mix, you know?
I think it was an outlet for me because I had just moved from Bangladesh when I was in 7th grade.
Wow.
And I think, it's been fun. I mean, it's the only thing that was, you know how people say you got to enjoy the journey, it's not about the destination. So it's been a journey for me since middle school, and since I've been here, I've always been doing music, so that's
What was it like coming over from Bangladesh to America in the middle of all that? Like, how was assimilation, and at what point were you like, okay, music is a factor in my life?
Well, it had already been a factor, right? Because I started learning back home. When I came here, there was a culture shock, and I didn't really speak the language.
Right.
I couldn't really wear the same clothes, and I couldn't interact like the other kids here. But the only thing that I understood was the beats of the music and like the music that people were listening to. So that's what I was drawn to. And my thing was always just, kind of putting a little bit of my culture into whatever I'm doing.
Where did that come from, though?
Indian classically trained. Being really? Classically trained, I learned percussion for about 13 years of my life, and I continued learning when I came here. And I don't know, something in me just wanted to mix the heavy beats that I heard here because it wasn't being done back home. So I kind of wanted to do something cooler for people over there, but then it started being cool for people here.
Yeah,
so
valid.
It worked out,
What are you doing now that you're excited about?
I'm really excited about the single that we just put out. It's called Slip Away. We just broke the Billboard Hot Dance Club chart. It's on the top 40 of that chart, so which is a really, cool thing for me. And the song broke onto radio, so I've always wanted to, break radio with whatever music that I did. So
it's exciting.
I'm here.
Let's take a quick break.
It's your homeboy Mr. Capone, and you're watching The Hook. That's right.
Diwali is a special time for you and your family. It's a time of light, of beauty, and of smiles. A time to pass on your love and celebrate together. So choose money transfer you can rely on and light the way for your family. MoneyGram, bringing you closer.
Welcome back. Let's get back into it. In the Rolling Stone magazine, you mentioned that you want to bridge American and Indian music.
Yes. Well, I'm not
the hear more about that.
first one to do that, but I want to do it where I give you the taste of different cultures, not just Indian music. Like right now, I'm working with a pop artist, and we made a reggae record. It's like Bob Marley meets Sanjoy meets hip hop, and a little bit of Arabic, and it's just gonna be if you're gonna come to me for music, it's gonna be something weird that has all the influences that kind of brought me up as an artist.
Yeah. Any trends in music that you're seeing right now?
When you say trendy to me and trend in music, it sounds like, okay, people are making a lot of the same kind of music. And I think right now the trend is that you don't follow the trend. You do something else and just have your own personality in your music. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
when people hear it, they're like, you know, just I can just like relate to
Yeah.
it.
Are you still connected to audiences back home?
Of course, I mean, like those are my biggest blessings in life.
Are-
The people there.
Are the listeners abroad different from the listeners here in terms of what they're looking for in music?
Yeah. See, the thing is with me, like I said, the bridge, right? So I want
Right.
to be in the middle of the bridge where
Yeah.
like the American audiences feel like, oh, I'm in Goa when I listen to that song, and
Ooh.
then the person in Goa listens to it and feels like I'm in California when I listen to that
Yeah.
song.
In today's world of evolving technology, you know, you got GarageBand on your laptops,
Yeah.
you got applications on your iPhone.
Yeah.
As someone who makes music on the reg and someone who's a DJ, what do you think is the role of a DJ today? Or music maker today?
Okay. I mean, a role of a DJ and a music maker is a little bit different when it comes to technology and
Okay.
stuff. DJs are really, really in tune with technology. Like,
Right.
you want to get the. I mean, as a music maker, you want to get the latest synth
Right.
in the market. You want to get the latest sounds and stuff like that. And DJs are great curators, so they need to keep on with the technology. But I think more and more these days, at least for me, technology makes it really easy to create something, right?
Right.
But I think I find a lot of liberty in using a lot of organic stuff in my music now.
Right.
Put a little bit of more human elements, because it's so easy to make it sound so electronic and right on the grid and perfectly there. But nowadays I find more soul in music that has a little bit of imperfections. Like
That's interesting.
that's what makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
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 Definitely.
Valid. And then what's next?
Definitely a lot more music. It really excites me to say that I'm gonna be able to come out with a song 2 to 3 weeks from
Yeah.
now. It'll be in your inbox.
I'll be waiting.
And then, you know, another 2 to 3 weeks after that, I'll come out with another
Yeah.
song. So it's amazing to be able to say that, and I couldn't do that before. I just didn't really know
Yeah.
or have the right team around me to
Yeah.
work on.
You know, word on the street is that you beatbox.
Yo, we're here at The Hook with Sanjoy and Kausar. Let's break it down.
Yo, I can't rap. No, but thank you. You're a very talented musician, music maker, and have a vision. I think that's really going to lead the way for a lot of other, you know, Indian American artists. Not just that, but just the sounds that we're listening to and what's out there. So
Thank you so
Thank you for
much. I mean,
joining
thank you
us.
guys for the support.
I love how he's bringing in these international sounds and keeping the artistry of musicianship alive in a digital age. Just comes to show that nothing can replace an artist who works hard and loves what they do.
My name's KJ Singh Dhaliwal. I'm the CEO and founder of Dil Mill, and you're watching The Hook.
Diwali is a special time for you and your family. It's a time of light, of beauty, and of smiles. A time to pass on your love and celebrate together. So choose money transfer you can rely on and light the way for your family. MoneyGram, bringing you closer.
This past weekend, Amber Roasted hosted a slut walk in LA to join in on efforts to promote gender equality. As one of the hottest and most talked about ladies in today's pop culture, as well as being an ex-stripper, she hosted this year's event to shed light on rape culture. Slut Walk was coined back in 2011 when a Toronto police officer told college women that if they wanted to avoid sexual assault, they shouldn't dress like sluts. That led to Slut Walk activating in over 200 countries to stand against sexual injustice, victim blaming, and stereotypical slurs. But of course, it was done Amber Rose style, with stripper poles, a wall of no shame, and celebrity appearances from friends like Blac Chyna and Kendra Wilkinson Basket. Reclaim it and own it, Amber Rose. You know about the homicide of Eric Garner by the NYPD when he was pinned to the ground and asphyxiated back in 2014. Now, Ramsey Orta, his friend who took the video of his murder that went viral, is also being sentenced to jail for 4 years. Since Orta released the video in 2014, he has been arrested 8 times in less than 2 years. He was convicted of only 2 of those charges, released on the rest. Orta said that after releasing the video, he was harassed by the NYPD, who parked outside his house the night after Garner was murdered, and continued to do so several days following. He is suing New York City for $10 million under the belief that the arrests were unfairly targeted in an effort to discredit the recording. Let's take a quick break.
All I've really wanted in life are two things: to achieve absolute greatness and to win over the world's greatest girl.
Your father is amazing.
How can I ever live up to a man like that? America. America is where you find greatness.
It's probably still gonna explode.
There's a few bugs in it, but I don't think it's going to explode. So many of these men have technical degrees, yet they are working as taxi drivers and dishwashers.
I know this is a great country. There's no shame in any kind of job you do.
I've only wanted to marry her my whole life. No big deal. Things happen quickly here.
Sami, India calling.
Ask them to send money.
My father is planning a trip to America to meet with some potential suitors.
I have to become a professional American.
Sammy, what brings you here?
The bus.
You're a draftsman. If you want to fit in the right circle, you've got to talk the talk.
Tacos, amigos, muchachos.
Come on, Sammy!
Babu, come quickly. It's not too much to ask for. I am desperate now, Alex.
Sammy?
Ruby.
Hi.
Curious what you're expecting from all this.
I only wish to live up to my father's example.
Listen to me, Sami. To be a great tiger hunter, you must become the tiger.
There's Hollywood, and then there's Bollywood. So what's in between? The world of South Asian independent cinema. Made outside of any major Hollywood or Bollywood film studio, it's able to tackle issues that our community normally doesn't talk about, like LGBTQ issues, feminism, or struggles of immigration. Like in the comedy Tiger Hunter, where a young Indian man moves to Chicago in order to pursue engineering and impress the love of his life. Today, we have Sudeep Sharma, who's a programmer for the Indian Film Festival of LA, along with director of Tiger Hunter, Leena Khan, and the hilarious Danny Pudi, who not only stars in Tiger Hunter, but in a show you might love very much called Community. We talked to them about why it's so important to see brown faces on screen and how that's made possible by those who promote diversity off screen. Let's check it out. All right, so today on The Hook, we are here with a very fun group of people to talk about a little bit about diversity in the media, but also Indian independent cinema. Did you even know that exists? Because it does. So first we have Sudeep Sharma, who's a programmer for the Indian Film Festival of LA. We also have Leena Khan, who is killing it, director and writer of the movie Tiger Hunter. And Danny Pudi, who you may have seen on Community, is also the voice of the Smurfs, and it was an actor in Tiger Hunter as well. So we got ourselves a cool little group today. Jumping right into it. So people are calling the Emmys this year the most diverse Emmys they've seen yet, you know? But then still there was that whole Oscar, #Oscars so white. And also there was a study that just released saying that, all of the top 2015 films, none of them have leads that were Asian or even co-leads that were Asian. So what are your thoughts about diversity in film and where we're going, and if it's something that we'll still have to have a conversation about in maybe 5 years?
I think we're going to be having a conversation about it like 15 years from now, 20 years from now. I mean, things are going well. You do see characters. I mean, look, Aziz Ansari, his show's amazing. And the fact that everybody's watching it where, like, his dad is on the show. Like, 15 years ago, I was like, nobody wants to watch my dad on a show. And now his dad is on a show, and mine was sort of inspired by mine. That is a huge change. But then at the same time, you're not going to find the lead of a romantic comedy being an Indian guy right now, which is really problematic. Racism is still here, that we see, like, African Americans, etc. And you think like the civil rights era is over, everything's fixed. I think it's going to be the same thing, honestly, for this issue, and hopefully it'll just have little steps and strides.
From that academic point of view, what's it like when you see stereotypes in the media and the effect it has on the rest of society?
Well, I think I was just thinking about like the reason why a lot of times why it's going to be so long that you're going to see a person of color in a big just lead roles, because still people of color and especially people in front of the camera, they still are there as a person of color. They have to bring their story. They have to like have, and that's great because those stories have never been seen before. But it's going to take a long time for funders and studios and producers to see actors and actresses as just people. And that's what predominantly white performers are like seen as, oh, this is just a person instead of this is a person of color.
Speaking on the topic of diversity, I do think it is important though to talk about how just seeing diverse faces on TV, how significant that is. And I'm excited about that for kids now because I know there's Indian kids watching, there's kids from Asia, that are seeing that, and I think that to me is a huge step. The other thing is I get to animate a character right now named Brainy Smurf. He's blue. He's a cartoon. And I think that is huge because even just a voice of a cartoon, I never really heard of Indian characters voicing non-Indian roles. So there's definitely movement and there is kind of like I think a positive trajectory. To me, that is I think something we should highlight and celebrate.
It's like he's going to do the voice, right? You're gonna.
Brainy Smurf here. Pretty nasally. I'm kind of a nasally guy, which is easy for me because I have severe allergy problems.
Hi, I'm Danny Pudding. I'm an adult.
Hi, I'm Calcutta, and you're watching The Hook.
Diwali is a special time for you and your family. It's a time of light, of beauty, and of smiles. A time to pass on your love and celebrate together. So choose money transfer you can rely on and light the way for your family. MoneyGram, bringing you closer.
Welcome back. Let's get back to our interview about South Asian independent cinema.
From your experiences being on the programming side and your experiences on the directing, acting side, how is South Asian independent cinema creating a voice that, neither Hollywood nor Bollywood is really able to?
This is my first leading role in a film, and thank you, Lena, for giving me that opportunity, but I wouldn't have been given that opportunity, I don't think, for a studio film. I just, I don't get seen for that kind of thing. So I think it's important, to put ourselves in these positions where people can see us in a different way, and that's why independent cinema is so important.
And it's cool to hear how it's grown over the years as well. Movies coming from India, out of the Bollywood, living on the outskirts of the Bollywood scene there, and then here, hearing more about the immigration and the diaspora and being the first gen. And for you, what was the motivator to write a movie like Tiger Hunter? And the inspiration behind, and why in the 70s too?
I mean, the 70s, I grew up with a lot of these stories, and it's kind of like I was saying, I used to tell them about work. I mean, one that didn't really make it into the movie that kind of spurred it is there's just a story that my dad used to tell. My older brother's like, you should stop telling that story. But anyways, when my dad wanted to get a visa here, I guess back in the 60s or something, they had this thing where they thought a lot of Indians had something called amoebiasis, which is some whatever thing. It's imagine little things swimming around your blood. It's nothing. But they made you go to a doctor for 6 months to get rid of it. I still don't even know what it is. There's nothing there. But so he got his visa, and they said, well, you can't go because you're going to have to wait 6 months with the doctor. And he's like, no, I need to get over there, I need a job or something like that. He said, okay, what am I going to do? So he started living with these European roommates, and he broke their toilet, and he stole their stool sample, and he had his visa the next week. And I'm like, that's great. And so I was just telling that to people at work, and there's just more things like that, and more things like that. And so, and also, the 70s was a time, now it's you need something you go Skype somebody back home. That's not going to be interesting for every time he's in need. He's like, can you wire me some money? Or he's Skype calling with him. There's more of a community togetherness sort of spirit, and there was a big wave of immigration at the time. So that's sort of why the 70s were awesome.
And question, in Ansari's Master of None, he talks about, playing the stereotypical characters and not being shy. He felt about that, and the accent too. And I know you played the accent in Tiger Hunter. Yeah. What's your personal outlook on that?
The thing that is hard is that I don't want it to be about the accent at all, and I think that's the thing. It can never be about an accent. If it is about an accent, you don't get to humanity, you don't get to really feel where this person is from, and you don't get to that second level of of a person, And I think that's the thing that's changed too in the industry. I think 20 years ago, just the accent alone was a funny thing. You know, I think now it's like, okay, there's an accent there. This person's from somewhere else. But who is that person? And I think that's what the Tiger Hunter. It's set in the 70s. He's an Indian immigrant from India. He has an accent. He would have an accent. If it makes sense, yeah, I'm for it, you know. And I hope that that's kind of where we're moving now, you know.
Thank you all so much for joining me today. It was great to talk about this. And yeah, keep on representing Indian independent cinema and making good films and being a face on the screen and get out
And
there.
teaching the youth.
Teaching the
They don't care.
They were so much fun to talk to. And the conversation brought up the point that the ideal diversity on screen is constantly evolving because there's always going to be new stories to tell, which is kind of a beautiful thing. Next year, Oscars So Diverse. Yo, thanks so much for joining us. You can catch us next week, same place, same time. Check us out on our socials. Let us know what you think. Peace.
Serenaded by the howling skies. I'm a way to take you from this town. The two of us have got to cover ground, 'cause we don't feel